3 reasons mindfulness helps you grow as a person. Everyone is familiar with the physical cycle of life. You are born, grow, and eventually die. During the growth stage, you grow mentally and emotionally, not just physically. Mindfulness is one of the best ways to help you in all parts of the growth phase. Here are 3 specific reasons that mindfulness helps you grow as a person. 1. Makes you a better learner. Many people assume that learning is done in a classroom when you're young. Although this is a form of learning, we as humans are designed to learn throughout our entire lives. From the time we are 2 years old until the day we die, we are constantly learning about our world, ourselves, and those around us. To get the most out of life, we must enhance our learning abilities. By doing so, we can have better careers, more fulfilling professional lives, and better understand our loved ones and the world in general. Many people assume that learning capabilities are something you're born with. This is not true. There are things you can do to make you a better learner. Studies show that mindfulness increases the density of gray matter in the brain regions associated with learning, memory, and focus. As a result, it allows you to better focus on topics, comprehend the material, and recall it at a later date, thereby making you a better learner. 2. Increases compassion. As humans, we are naturally driven to care for those we love as well as other humans in general. One sign of immaturity is the lack of compassion and empathy for other people. As we get older, our compassion often increases since we learn that life is not as straightforward as it once appeared in our youth. For this reason, increasing compassion is a way to help you grow. Luckily, mindfulness is one way that you can actively increase your compassion and altruism. Studies show that mindfulness increases activity in the brain regions associated with compassion and emotion regulation. As you become more compassionate and able to regulate your emotions, you can help those around you better. This allows you to grow into a human being that is more helpful for society. More so, studies also suggest that mindfulness increases self-compassion. Self-compassion is important for factors such as resilience and satisfaction with life. The more self-compassionate you are, the more you are able to grow, learn from your mistakes, and enjoy your life. 3. Increases resilience. Resilience is one's ability to bounce back from tough and difficult situations. This is something that is not easy by nature. To grow into the best version of yourself, you must learn how to become resilient. Mindfulness increases your resilience because it increases self-compassion and promotes optimistic thinking. As you become more self-compassionate, you're able to give yourself a break and understand that you're only human. As a result, you're gentler with yourself, allowing you to overcome adverse situations more easily. Similarly, optimistic thinking allows you to not be bogged down by negative thoughts and feelings about your life and self. As you become more optimistic, you'll become more resilient to any challenge that you might face. Final thoughts. In conclusion, growth is a necessary but difficult aspect of life. Mindfulness is a great way to grow your mental and emotional abilities since it makes you a better learner, increases compassion, and increases resilience. As a result, the more mindful you are, the more you will grow into the person you are supposed to be. 3 ways to be mindful during a chaotic day at work. Work can be one of the most stressful parts of a person's life, and chaotic days at work are even worse. To both be productive at work and enjoy your life, it is important to learn how to be mindful amidst the work chaos. Here are 3 ways to be mindful during a chaotic day at work. 1. Use your breaks wisely. Although it can be tempting to pull out your phone and mindlessly scroll through social media, one of the best ways to be mindful at work is to use your breaks wisely and intentionally. Try to use your break time to recharge and reset physically, mentally, and emotionally. For example, try meditative breathing or journaling in general to try to be mindful during your work break. If none of those ideas work for you, then simply find a way to recharge your batteries while still being present in the moment. If you use your work break more wisely, you will be more energized and level-headed when you get back to work. As a result, you will be able to be more productive, handle your projects better, and connect with your coworkers. 2. Learn how to say no. At work, it can be tempting to agree to nearly every project that gets placed on your desk. Obviously, you want to do your best and put your best foot forward for getting a bonus or promotion. However, saying yes to all tasks is not always in your or your company's best interest. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or overworked, you need to learn how to say no. If you agree to all projects, especially when you feel overwhelmed, both you and the work will suffer, which is not the best strategy for being an efficient and functional worker. When you say no to a project, make sure you remain professional and respectful. Simply explain that you have too much work on your plate already. Ask if someone else can handle the job, or ask if you can accomplish the task at a later date. Chances are, expressing your stress and inability to properly perform the function will be the better option in the long run. 3. Be a single tasker. Everyone likes to think of themselves as a multitasker, which is when you try to do 2 or more tasks at the same time or switching back and forth between them. Even if you think you are a great multitasker, our brains are best at operating on one task at a time. For this reason, it is wise to be a single tasker, meaning someone who focuses on one task at a time at work. When you focus all your efforts on one project or task, your mind is able to fully process and comprehend the challenges in front of you. As a result, you perform better, are more productive, and feel more connected with the work. To become a single tasker, try to keep a time journal because it can become difficult to know when you're multitasking. In your journal, write down exactly what you achieved in a certain block of time. This will tell you when you are single tasking or multitasking. Adjust your habits accordingly. Final thoughts. To recap, work can be extremely stressful, making it important to be mindful throughout the day. Using your breaks wisely, learning when to say no, and becoming a single tasker are the best ways for becoming mindful at work. 5 reasons you should practice mindfulness today. As more people are becoming aware of the importance of mental health, mindfulness is becoming an increasingly popular topic, and for good reason. Mindfulness positively impacts the mind, body, and soul dramatically, allowing you to be happier and healthier. Let's look at 5 specific reasons why you should practice mindfulness today. 1. Benefits your mind. Whether you are in school or retirement, it is important to keep your mind in tip-top shape. If not, you'll not feel or perform as efficiently as you could. This could negatively impact your career, hobbies, or relationships with other people. Mindfulness has wonderful benefits for your mind. Studies have found that mindfulness increases the density of gray matter in brain regions associated with learning and memory. What this means is that mindfulness makes you a better learner. 2. Increases focus. Focus is an incredibly integral aspect of our minds. It affects all aspects of life, from driving your car to getting coffee with a friend. If we cannot focus, then we will have trouble learning, improving our skills, or connecting with those around us. Luckily, mindfulness increases focus. Several studies have found that mindfulness helps you tune out distractions. As a result, this improves your attention skills, which then allows you to learn and recall information better. 3. Benefits the body. In addition to improving your mind, mindfulness greatly benefits the body. From boosting your immune system to reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, mindfulness is one of the best ways, besides regular exercise and eating healthy, to improve your physical health and fitness. Research has found that mindfulness boosts the immune system, making it easier for your body to fight off illness. Additionally, studies have found that mindfulness also encourages healthier eating habits, helps people lose weight, and helps them savor the food they eat. As a result, mindfulness helps to prevent against obesity. 4. Regulates emotions and improves mental illness. Emotions and mental illness are difficult topics to improve and regulate simply because they are more difficult to detect and diagnose. Mindfulness is a simple way to both regulate emotions and improve the effects of mental illness. Countless of studies have shown that mindfulness decreases emotional reactivity and increases cognitive focus. This will allow you to better regulate your emotions since you have fewer negative ones to start with. Additionally, mindfulness has been thought to help with the effects of mental illness. For example, there have been studies that show mindfulness to reduce the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, in veterans. An important note to make about this is that mindfulness will not cure the mental illness, but it will help you better cope with it. 5. Fosters compassion. Compassion and altruism are two characteristics that most people strive to have. They allow us to connect with other people and help those in need. Though some people seem to be more compassionate than others, there are ways to increase your compassion, such as through mindfulness. Research suggests that mindfulness increases activity in the regions of the brain associated with compassion and emotion regulation. As a result, it improves your compassion for others, making it more likely that you will help someone in need, as well as boost self-compassion. Final thoughts. To recap, everyone wants to be the best version of themselves, and mindfulness is one of the best ways to accomplish this. It will allow you to have a healthier mind, a healthier body, and a more giving spirit. For these reasons, you should start mindfulness today. How mindfulness improves your mind. What makes humans different from other animals is our ability to think, comprehend, and analyze situations in the past, present, and future. If our mind doesn't function properly, then we and those around us suffer. To ensure our health, it is imperative for us to focus on our minds and improve their abilities when possible. Mindfulness is one of the best ways to do just that. Here are the top 3 ways that mindfulness improves your mind. 1. Regulates emotions, self-perception, and attention. Studies show that mindfulness affects the anterior cingulate cortex, or the ACC. The ACC is the part of the brain associated with self-perception, attention, emotions, and problem-solving. In other words, this part of the brain is imperative for understanding ourselves, feelings, and situations we may find ourselves in. When the ACC does not work properly, you can easily become overwhelmed and unclear about your own emotions, as well as have a short attention span and poorly problem-solve your way out of difficult situations. Mindfulness affects the ACC in a way that helps you have a more realistic understanding of yourself, lengthen your attention span, and regulate your emotions. As a result, mindfulness helps us to operate better within the world, as opposed to getting stuck on fixed views of ourselves and situations. This will then make us more resilient throughout our life. 2. Improves memory. Additionally, studies show that mindfulness affects the hippocampus. The hippocampus is part of the brain that is responsible for making new memories. If your hippocampus does not work properly, then you will be focused on memories of the past as opposed to living in the present and making new memories. In fact, studies find that patients with post-traumatic stress disorder and severe depression have a smaller hippocampus. This can explain why patients with these illnesses have a harder time distancing themselves from difficult and challenging situations from the past as opposed to living in the present. Mindfulness, however, increases the gray matter within the hippocampus. With more gray matter comes a more functional hippocampus. As a result, mindfulness improves your ability to make new memories and live in the present. 3. Helps connect the right and left hemispheres of the brain. The third area of the brain affected by mindfulness is the corpus callosum. This region of the brain is responsible for connecting the right and left hemispheres together. The right hemisphere is associated with emotion and nonverbal processing, while the left hemisphere is involved with linear and logical thinking, as well as verbal processing. Additionally, scientists believe that the left hemisphere is the center for positive emotion, whereas the right hemisphere is the center for negative emotion, but this idea is more contested. If a corpus callosum is thicker, then scientists believe that the person has better connectivity and is more able to connect events and emotions in a logical way. Since mindfulness increases the thickness of the corpus callosum, it allows the person to better understand how their feelings and emotions relate to real-life events, as well as make more realistic reactions to whatever situation is at hand. Final thoughts. To recap, mindfulness benefits the mind greatly since it helps regulate emotions, self-perception, and attention, as well as improves memory and connects the right and left hemispheres together. In addition to benefiting the mind, mindfulness also has great benefits for the physical body, making mindfulness practices one of the best things you can do for your overall health and well-being. How to be mindful like a pro in 3 steps. Have you ever met anyone who seems to be naturally mindful and wanted to be more like them? Chances are that person is not naturally mindful and probably worked hard to be more resilient and live in the moment. This means that you can also become more mindful with effort and patience. To become mindful, however, you need to know the proper steps and tools for mindfulness training. If you want to become more mindful, here are 3 steps to becoming mindful like a pro. 1. Be honest and patient with yourself. If you want to become more mindful, it is important to be honest and patient with yourself from the beginning. Being mindful does not come naturally to anyone, and you are no different. Recognize that becoming mindful will take a lot of work and that you will mess up. Additionally, be honest with yourself about your current mindfulness habits or practices. Do not sugarcoat your current mental state or sell yourself short. Instead, be honest about your realities, as well as what you want out of mindfulness training. From there, be patient. It will take time to reach your goals, and you will mess up. Do not view yourself as lesser than or incompetent just because you struggle. 2. Set realistic goals. Many people assume that being mindful will lead to a state of bliss. Although mindfulness will make life more enjoyable, bliss should not be the end goal of mindfulness. If you set an unrealistic expectation such as bliss for your mindfulness training, then you will be let down by the results and eventually give up. Instead, set realistic goals that reflect your current abilities and what you want to see out of your life. For example, if you have ever practiced mindfulness before, then this will be a new task and challenge for you. As a result, set your goals in small, attainable increments. Many people practice mindfulness to improve their lives. What exactly improving your life means to you will be different from what it means to the person next to you. Because of this, set realistic goals that are deeply connected to your abilities and goals, not anyone else's. 3. Be mindful, even when you don't feel like it. Once you are honest with yourself and set realistic goals, you need to practice being mindful even when you don't feel like it. In the beginning, trying to be mindful will be new and exciting, which will be motivation to work. As the newness wears off, however, it can be easy to let your feelings overshadow your mindfulness training. Regardless of how you feel, be mindful. In fact, the times when you don't feel like being mindful are the times that you need it the most. For this reason, be mindful and stick to your goals. With this in mind, make a commitment to your mindfulness goals. Work through your feelings, tiredness, or annoyance with your training and press forward. If you are able to do mindfulness training during those times, then you have already come a long way. Final thoughts. To recap, anyone, including you, can be mindful like a pro as long as they're honest and patient with themselves, set realistic goals, and commit themselves to mindfulness training. Though each of these steps will take a lot of hard work and personal clarity, it will be worth it in the end, since mindfulness will improve various aspects of your life. How to relax your body through mindfulness. Whether faced with a chaotic situation or stressful time, your body responds accordingly. Your muscles become tense, heart rate speeds up, blood pressure increases, and more. All of these bodily responses negatively impact your health in the long run and make us feel bad in the present. Mindfulness is a great way to relax your body no matter the situation, but it can be difficult if you've never done it before. Here are some key tips for how to use mindfulness to relax your body. Let's get started. 1. Intentional breathing. We breathe every day of our lives, but most of us often forget that we are ever breathing in the first place. If you breathe intentionally, however, you are likely to become more mindful and relax your body. To practice intentional breathing, begin by breathing normally, but draw special attention to the breath. Note how the air feels when it enters your nostrils and exits your mouth. Additionally, try to imagine the air swirling throughout the inside of your body. As you do this, your breath should naturally slow. Once you're ready, try to breathe on count. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale for 7 seconds. Try to note the air and how your body rises and falls throughout the entire breathing cycle. The act of focusing on how the breath feels is what makes this practice mindful. After you are done intentionally breathing, your body should be more relaxed. Your blood pressure should be more regular. Your muscles should relax and your heart rate should slow. 2. Progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is the process of tensing and relaxing each muscle group. It reduces anxiety and muscle tension, while also making you mindful about how your body feels at the moment. Begin by breathing in and tensing each muscle group, starting from the head down for 4 to 10 seconds at a time. Before moving to the next muscle group, relax for 10 to 20 seconds. Note how your body feels different when your muscles are tensed versus when they are relaxed. After you've gone through every muscle group, count backwards from 5 to 1, bringing your focus completely back to the surroundings in the present. After you finish the practice, your body and mind should feel more relaxed. 3. Sip on a warm, caffeine-free drink. One of the best ways to relax your body through mindfulness is to connect your senses to the mind. An easy way to do this is to sip on a warm, caffeine-free drink, such as herbal tea, hot chocolate, or warm lemon water. After you have selected your favorite warm drink, begin to sip on it. Drink slowly so you can intentionally think about the flavor, smell, and feel of the drink. Pay close attention to how the drink feels as it touches your tongue, goes down your throat, and enters your stomach. As you focus on the feel of the beverage as you drink, you are becoming more mindful of how your body feels at that moment. As a result, your body will relax in the process. Final thoughts. To conclude, mindfulness can relax your body since it draws attention to the present. Intentional breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and sipping on a warm drink are great ways to become mindful and relax your body. Try any of these techniques whenever you feel stressed, find yourself in a chaotic situation, or before you go to sleep to relax your body. Top 3 mindfulness practices for calming the body, mind, and soul. Life is full of unexpected situations, stress, and chaos. It is important to learn how to deal with these situations and feelings so you can live the happiest and healthiest life possible. This fact makes it necessary to know healthy techniques for calming the body, mind, and soul. Mindfulness is one of the best ways to do this. Here are the top 3 mindfulness practices for calming your entire essence. 1. Deep breathing. Breathing keeps us alive, while deep and intentional breathing helps us to enjoy life more. Countless studies show that deep breathing exercises have numerous positive benefits, such as reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, reducing stress, and increasing positive emotions. As a result, deep breathing is one of the best ways to calm the body, mind, and soul. There are numerous deep breathing exercises you can try. One popular option is counted breathing. Counted breathing is when you count the seconds of your inhale, hold, and exhale. This technique is popular because it gives you something to focus on while evening your deepened breath. Most people start by trying to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale for 7 seconds. But you can change the timing based on your preferences. Just make the exhale longer than the inhale. 2. Meditation. Many people think that meditation is difficult or time-consuming. As a result, they avoid meditation, thinking it is not right for them. These beliefs about meditation are simply not true. Anyone can meditate and benefit from it. In fact, studies have shown that meditation decreases the risk of cardiovascular disease, regulates emotions, and improves satisfaction with life. If you are new to meditation, one of the easiest ways to meditate is to meditate on your breath. This technique will involve deep breathing, but take it a step further. To meditate on your breath, close your eyes and start breathing regularly. As your breath begins to slow on its own, draw attention to the air and breath. Try to detect the temperature of the air, what it feels like when it enters your mouth, goes down your throat, and exits your mouth. Try to imagine the air swirling throughout your body after you inhale. You could also try this by focusing on an image or mantra instead of your breath. As you meditate, thoughts may come into your head. That is okay. Simply recognize the thoughts and gently let them go after they have come to a natural conclusion. 3. Progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation involves tensing and relaxing every muscle group in your body one by one. This practice is helpful because it draws attention to how your body feels in the present, as well as forces your muscles to relax. This practice is especially helpful before bed. Starting at the head, breathe in and tense a muscle group for 4 to 10 seconds. Relax for 10 to 20 seconds before tensing the next muscle group. Note how your body feels when your muscles are tensed and relaxed. Do they feel different? Once you've gone through every muscle group, count backwards from 5 to 1 and bring your focus back to the present. Final thoughts. To recap, you must calm your body, mind, and soul to live a happy and healthy life. Mindfulness practices such as deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation are great ways to calm your entire essence, allowing you to cope and work through chaotic situations better. Top 3 ways to calm your mind using mindfulness. Whenever you're at a chaotic point in life or faced with a stressful situation, it is super easy for your mind to become cluttered and run a mile a minute. This can exacerbate the stress, distract you from the present, and negatively affect your performance at work or home. For this reason, it is important to calm your mind whenever it is cluttered or racing. Mindfulness is one of the best ways to do this. Here are 3 ways that mindfulness can calm your mind during stressful or chaotic times. 1. Inhale positivity, exhale stress. You've probably heard of this idea before, but one of the best ways to calm your mind through mindfulness is to think that you are inhaling positivity and exhaling stress. This practice is mindful because it draws attention to both your breath and feelings in the present. As a result, it quiets your mind and helps you to better cope with the stressful situation. To do this practice, start by breathing normally and close your eyes. Your breath will naturally start to slow on its own. Whenever you're ready, imagine that you are inhaling positivity or calmness and exhaling the stress from your body. Some people find it helpful to exhale vocally and forcefully. This practice will allow you to imagine the stress actively leaving your body, which will allow you to calm your mind more easily. 2. Brain dump. A brain dump is when you write down all of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on a sheet of paper as quickly as possible. This allows you to get the clutter out of your mind, digest the thoughts, and literally throw them away. As a result, your mind calms and you are able to focus on the present and life in front of you. To brain dump, simply get a sheet of scrap paper and write down everything in your mind through bullet points, not full sentences, since it will allow you to get your thoughts out more quickly. Some people like to put on a timer so that the time constraint forces them to think and write faster. Once you've written down every thought, throw the paper away and leave the thoughts in the trash can. After you finish the brain dump, your mind will be clearer since you've gotten the cluttered and unhelpful thoughts out of your mind. As a result, you'll be able to move on from the situation. 3. Be optimistic. Often, a cluttered and stressed out mind is caused by unwarranted pessimistic thoughts about yourself, your performances, and your life. As humans, it is easy to assume the worst, even when a positive outcome is just as likely, if not more so than a negative one. This causes your mind to be overwhelmed and stressed. Whenever you find yourself overwhelmed by pessimistic thoughts, reassess your mindset. Is the pessimism warranted? Are you being too hard on yourself? If so, simply readjust your thoughts to be more optimistic. Then, create affirmations that help you focus on the optimistic outlook of things. Focusing on the positives will help to calm your mind amid stress and chaos. Final thoughts. In conclusion, it is crucial to have a clear and calm mind to have a healthy and happy life. Whenever you find your mind overwhelmed, practice mindfulness to calm it. Try inhaling positivity and exhaling stress, brain dumping your thoughts, and being optimistic. Your mind will calm as you practice these mindfulness techniques. Top 4 myths about mindfulness to stop believing today. Since mindfulness is becoming more popular, there are a lot of misconceptions and myths about mindfulness. As a result, these myths discourage people from trying mindfulness, despite the fact that it would help them. It is important to debunk these myths so you can practice mindfulness in a way that is truthful and helpful. Here are the top 4 myths about mindfulness to stop believing today. 1. Mindfulness is passive. Many people assume that mindfulness is a passive experience, but this is completely untrue. The point of mindfulness is to know how to better respond as opposed to react in stressful, harmful, or chaotic situations. For this reason, mindfulness is active, not passive. More so, mindfulness practices are incredibly active in that they take a lot of work. Mindfulness is not something that comes naturally to most people. As a result, practicing mindfulness takes a lot of time, energy, and patience. If you think that mindfulness is a passive experience, then you are not doing it right and you're wasting your time. To get the most out of mindfulness, think of it as an active experience that helps you react better in real life. 2. Mindfulness is about being in the present all the time. Although mindfulness largely involves being present in the moment, mindfulness is not necessarily about being present all the time. If you were present all the time, we would become overwhelmed and overstimulated, causing mindfulness to be a negative experience. Sometimes, it can be very mindful to think about past situations, future goals, or nothing at all. For example, it can be helpful to think about past relationships to see if you are projecting your past insecurities on a present relationship. This is a mindful practice because it allows you to get past your distractions and really focus on what matters. For this reason, mindfulness is about cutting through the distractions. Cutting through the distractions often involves being present, but it can also involve thinking about the past, future, or nothing at all. 3. The goal of mindfulness is bliss. Many people give up on mindfulness because they think the goal is to reach a blissful state, and they give up when that state is never reached. This myth is false because you will never reach a blissful state. It doesn't exist. With that being said, mindfulness will make your life more blissful because it will help you cope with changes and enjoy life more. But it won't make your life completely blissful. You will still be faced with challenges and struggles. Additionally, mindfulness is about more than bliss. It is also about learning more about yourself, your surroundings, and others. Bliss has nothing to do with those objectives. For this reason, you should think that the goal of mindfulness is to learn how to live a more well-lived life. 4. Mindfulness is the same as meditation. People often conflate mindfulness and meditation. Although mindfulness can involve meditation and meditation can involve mindfulness, they are not one and the same. Formal meditation is a completely different category of its own. So if you're looking for mindfulness techniques, make sure that you use the word mindfulness, not meditation. If you look for meditation techniques, you will get different outcomes. Final thoughts. After reviewing these myths, I hope that you better understand what mindfulness is. Once you push back these myths, you are more likely to benefit from your mindfulness training and improve your life. Top 5 ways to become mindful during chaotic times. During chaotic times, it is easy to feel overwhelmed and stressed. Whenever these times arise, however, it is important to find your calm amidst the chaos. Mindfulness is the best way to do this. If you're new to mindfulness, it can be difficult to become mindful during chaotic times. Here are the top 5 ways to become mindful during chaotic times. These tips will help you relax and enjoy life, even the chaos. 1. Calming techniques. Whenever you find yourself upset or stressed about a chaotic situation, the first thing you should always do is this important calming technique. As soon as you become aware of the overwhelmed feelings, simply breathe. For optimal results, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 5 seconds, and exhale for 7 seconds. Repeat this 3 times. 2. Journal about the present. Mindfulness is about being in the present. One of the best ways to be in the present is to journal about your thoughts and feelings. This will allow you to realize exactly what you're feeling, write it down, and move on. A helpful journaling prompt for a cluttered mind is called the brain dump. If your mind feels cluttered, take a few minutes to dump every single one of your thoughts onto a page as quickly as you can. Write in bullet points, not sentences. This will allow you to get all of your thoughts out quickly, clearing out the clutter. 3. Practice meditation. Whenever you feel chaotic, meditation is a great way to cut through the chaos. If you've never tried a meditation practice before, a chaotic time may be the perfect opportunity to start. Meditation is not difficult, and anyone can do it, even beginners. Begin by setting an alarm for 3 minutes. Then close your eyes and try to be in the present as fully as possible. Breathe deeply and allow thoughts to come to you naturally, but release them as soon as the thoughts conclude. When the timer runs out, you can either do the practice again or not. It's up to you. 4. Try going outside. Going outside is a great way to get in touch with your senses and clear out chaotic thoughts. If possible, go to one of your favorite spots outside and just sit. Feel the grass, smell the nature, and note the brightness of the sun. Doing so will allow you to connect to the present through your senses, which will then allow you to relax and enjoy the scenery. 5. Gratitude practices. When you feel you're surrounded by chaos, try to find clarity by thinking about things you're grateful for. Performing a gratitude practice is a great way to cut through the chaos and focus on what really matters. Find a sheet of paper and write down as many things as possible you are grateful for, big or small. Then, put the piece of paper somewhere so you can easily access it or see it whenever you feel cluttered again. Final thoughts. After going through these 5 ways of becoming mindful during chaotic times, I want to reiterate that chaos is incredibly overwhelming and stressful, but you are strong enough to get through it. Try one or more of these techniques the next time you feel you're in a chaotic situation, and you're more likely to feel better after. The more you do these practices, the better your results will be.